Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is July 24th, and right now we are looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. This is yesterday morning. Let's go ahead and scroll on in through the day yesterday, and you can see some of that thunderstorm activity down across Idaho, Nevada here. And we've got this onshore flow coming, and as you can see as we scroll through this morning hours here, where we are right about now, you'll see the short wave coming for us. This is really going to kick the onshore flow and really get some westerlies going on the east slopes of the Cascades of Washington, Oregon. You got some monsoon moisture across eastern Oregon as well. Could kick off some severe thunderstorms. A lot of lightning associated with that. Active fires are really going on across Oregon. We've had a lot of road closures, including I-84. Eastern Washington is going to be under the gun for fire starts here today as well. We're going to dive into those details here. We're going to take a look at the extended forecast as always. First, I wanted to show you guys the evolution of the timeline here as far as what's going on with the channel. So when I started this back in 2021, we started off with 39 subscribers here on the first day, and you can see we're approaching 65,000 right now. It can be pretty difficult to get subscribers on YouTube. The channel's done really well, and that is a testament to all you guys who support the channel, who subscribed, and who have clicked that join button down below, giving your hard-earned money to the channel as well. So anyway, thanks very much for that. Just wanted to pass that along, that shout out to everybody. Now, taking a look here at the Storm Prediction Center, this is the fire danger. Look at this, the rare scattered dry thunderstorm activity eastern Oregon into Idaho, western Montana. It includes Missoula and Butte and Boise here, just off to the east of Pendleton. Isolated dry does include Pendleton, and you can see we've got elevated fire risk across eastern Washington, down through eastern Oregon into northern California, and it does include some of Great Falls there across Montana as well. So yeah, we are going to be really high fire danger out there. Gusty winds, low relative humidities, and a lot of ongoing fires already. This is day 2. You can see that isolated dry kind of push off to the east. Still includes Boise there, however. Now, this is the thunderstorm potential today. This is for this afternoon, 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., and it does include Baker City, John Day, Burns, Boise, and McCall, Twin Falls, just outside of that area now. And this does clip southeast Washington as well. And again, the fire danger is going to be very high, and I-84 has been closed between Baker City and Boise. Probably not going to change today with this extreme fire danger. This was issued today, 5 a.m. Taking a look at the critical fire weather, this is Spokane National Weather Service, and again, gusts to 40 miles per hour, low relative humidities, and rapidly spreading fires, difficult to contain. So, you know, I hopefully this goes without saying, don't use fireworks and don't start any campfires here as well, at least for a couple days, you know, until the authorities say you can start that stuff up. But driving over dry grass, target shooting, outdoor work, dragging trailer chains, little things, you know, throwing your cigarette butts out the window. People really do that. Can you believe it? I mean, it can start huge fires really quickly. So we got red flag warnings here for Pendleton National Weather Service. They're all over it. 60-mile-per-hour gusts, possible lightning strikes are no doubt going to be starting new fires here, there. And report new fires to law enforcement if you do see them out there. Avoid outdoor burning. And there's a lot of good sites you can check out to see that fire activity. And again, some very large fires across eastern Oregon. Got a pretty active one there just west of Montana. I believe that is now called the Retreat Fire. The Bighorn is getting pretty big as well. And there's definitely a chance for that kicking up again today. So back to the weather here, looking at Seattle. 76 degrees yesterday, 79 is the high, but a very nice day out there. No precipitation, none recorded yet for the month, and it's unlikely that we're going to pick up any. I mean, we could pick up a little bit here with the system tomorrow. I'll show you some of the precipitation, but very light here across the region. We are still fairly dry for this time of year for the month of July. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, lightning detection system stores the data for you in the cloud. Tractive unit, great smartphone app. Click on that link down below to save 10%. So what is going on in the upper levels of the atmosphere? We can clearly see this troughing here in the short wave moving across the area. Strong onshore flow is going to be ripping again across the east slopes of the Cascades today. Nice surge down the street of Juan de Fuca here, keeping it seasonably cool across the area, but no doubt fanning the flames of those ongoing fires and bringing the low relative humidities with them. So we scroll off in towards the weekend. You notice we still have this troughing here. You don't want any big ridge showing up, and we don't have any big heat wave coming up in the short term at least. This troughing hangs out as we go on all the way into the early portion of next week. Still see that trough hanging out here. The ridge is way back across the Pacific Ocean. So we'll be watching that over the next few days, but it looks like seasonable temperatures for the foreseeable future. And if we look at the North American model, I'll never not call this air conditioning here for western portions. You can clearly see is even once you get to the warmer time of the afternoon here, you're still dealing with some very nice, comfortable temperatures here for British Columbia, Western Washington, Western Oregon. It does get a little bit warmer across Willamette Valley, but you can see the contrast between east of the mountains. All this is much cooler than what we have been getting across eastern Washington, eastern Oregon. We had a pretty good stretch of some very intense heat out there. And then I scroll on through Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and you can clearly see this. Look at this. Some temperatures only showing up in towards this, upper 70s here or low 80s. So yeah, it's going to feel quite cool, relatively speaking, here across eastern Washington, eastern Oregon, with this troughing hanging around. Then we scroll on in towards Friday there and start to warm back up again a little bit. But yeah, definitely cooler than what we have been. And again, with that short wave moving through, check out these winds as we go through the day today. You can kind of see as we go through the afternoon hours, look at these winds really kick up across eastern Washington. That's when things are going to be really tricky out there as fire spread as we go through the afternoon. Strait of Juan de Fuca, nice westerly surge. And if I back up here, all this squirrely looking wind and all these strong winds here, these are outflow winds from the thunderstorm activity. So the lightning starts to fire, then you get these erratic, gusty winds, probably 60 miles per hour could be happening out there with some of these severe thunderstorms, and that will be spreading that fire danger there across eastern Oregon, across Idaho, and into Montana. So looking at the relative humidity, I like to show this chart here. As you can see, as we go through the afternoon hours, look how much things dry out here. You got the compression wind coming down these slopes of the Cascades, and you can see the thunderstorm activity kick up as we go through the afternoon and the evening hours across eastern Oregon. So taking a look at the HRRR, this is a pretty good tool as well. It shows the vertically integrated smoke. And as I scroll through Wednesday here, check out how these fires flare up as we get towards the afternoon hours. And again, that's why I-84 is closed. Fires very close to the interstate there, and you can see off to the west of Yakima, fires ongoing. Vancouver Island's got a fire. It even shows a little bit of fire activity here across western Washington, but not too bad. And eastern Washington isn't doing as bad as eastern Oregon, but still got fire activity out there, and we have the chance to really start some new ones here again today. So taking a look at the extended forecast a little bit here, or actually a wider view first, and we'll look at the GFS. But this is the European ensemble mean. This is the average of all 50 ensemble members. We take each one of those 50 ensemble members and we tweak their initial conditions to correct for our errors in the initial condition, in our understanding of the initial conditions of the atmosphere. So if I put this into motion, you can see we're going to have this troughing kind of hanging out here, the ridge out across the Gulf of Alaska, and then the troughing hangs out here for a bit, all the way on in towards next week. And you can see at the end of the run, 144 hours, which is about Monday night, the troughing still exists. So if we take a look at the GFS, that's the ensemble mean, all averages of 30 GFS. The European does 50, the GFS does 30 of those members. So we put that into motion, troughing hanging out here, ridge over the Gulf of Alaska, and you can see troughing. So pretty good model agreement there between the GFS and the European as we go on in towards next week into the early portion of August. It starts to change a little bit here as we start to build a ridge back across some of the lower 48. And we'll see how strong that ridge is going to be and how far west that pushes. No promises just yet. It still shows some troughing off to the very extended there. Taking a look here at the European, this is 6-hour precipitation type. So I put this into motion, and as we go through the day tomorrow, you can kind of see it does kick off some showers, mainly just north of Seattle there. They'd still be pretty light, but across the North Cascades, you could get a little bit more measurable precip. British Columbia, Alberta, Rocky Mountains doing even better with that, with that action, because that would be kind of beneficial here for some of these areas. There's fires ongoing and conditions are quite dry out there. And then we scroll on in through the weekend, maybe another week system kind of sliding through here as we go through Saturday and on into Sunday. But nothing to write home about. No big precipitation maker coming for western Washington, western Oregon as of right now. Another system kind of swinging through there as we go through Monday. Next week we'll be watching that one. Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, you can see 70s here as we go through the foreseeable future. Then we start to warm back up here, so we may bounce those temperatures back. The model's been kind of hinting at that a little bit here. We'll see how that goes as we go through Seafair weekend coming up. Taking a look at the national beta models, this is more of a widespread view here. This is daily max 2-meter temperature here. This is the highest temperature you should expect on that day. So this is today, Wednesday. And you see still pretty warm there east of the Cascades. But as we go through Thursday, look at that drop off back down into the 80s. Still showing up 70s here across Southwest BC, Western Washington. Maybe some low 80s across the Willamette Valley. We go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. Very seasonable temperatures out there. So in enjoy that because we may start to warm back up a little bit as we go through August. Of course, August is a very warm month there across the Pacific Northwest as well, and usually very dry. Here's the 6 to 10 day. You can kind of see they took away our below normal signal there, and just some equal chances and above average signal. And they expect this ridge to be building some pretty extreme heat happening across center portions of the USA. Here's the 6 to 10 day precipitation. Take that with a grain of salt. They're just seeing the troughing and kind of broad brushing this. So I would just kind of throw that out right now. But big below average signal there across a lot of the Intermountain West, including Colorado. And if we take a look here, you can see that for today and tomorrow, critical burn environment. And you get the lightning bolts out there as well for new fire starts. But yeah, it covers everything. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 across eastern Washington, eastern Oregon. Definitely high risk for significant fire starts, no doubt. But anyway, I may go out there and take a look at some of that fire activity today and just go ahead and see what I can see out there. But, this always a storm chaser, you can't fix it. I'm going to go out there and try to get some of that nice weather, but I was trying to go down to get the thunderstorms here across eastern Oregon, but I don't know if we'll be able to make it. So if not, we're going to just kind of watch the fire activity here across the east slopes of the Cascades and, maybe see if we can do some time lapse on that and whatnot. But anyway, otherwise, yeah, click like and subscribe. It's free. Click that subscribe button down below. And again, thanks to all my members and all the subscribers. We're almost to 65,000. So click that button, see if we can get there today. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll do this all again, and I will see you guys then.